I thought getting a job at that high-security psychiatric hospital would finally give me the answers I craved. I was wrong. It ended up destroying my entire life. You see, everyone thinks they know what happened that night. A famous, talented painter had the perfect life with her glamorous fashion photographer husband. Then, out of nowhere, she ties him to a chair and permanently ends his life. The police found her standing over him in her white dress, completely silent. And the craziest part? She never spoke another word. Not to the police, not to the judge, not to the medical staff. Complete and utter silence for years. My name doesn't matter right now. What matters is that I am a criminal psychotherapist, and from the moment I heard about her case on the news, I became entirely obsessed with her. I just knew, deep down in my bones, that I was the only person in the world who could make her talk. I actually quit my comfortable job and practically begged for a position at the crumbling, underfunded facility where they locked her away. When I finally met her, she was a ghost. She was heavily medicated, staring blankly at the walls, completely unresponsive. I convinced the management to lower her medication so we could actually begin therapy. Trust me, I should have seen the red flags. The moment her mind started to clear, things got intense. During one of our first real sessions, she became so overwhelmed that she physically lunged at me. But I didn't give up. I started digging into her past, acting more like a detective than a therapist. I tracked down her family members and her gallery manager. I learned about her deeply traumatic childhood and her complicated relationships. I also discovered something fascinating. Right after the crime, before she was locked up, she painted one final portrait. It was a self-portrait, and she titled it, Alcestis, after a Greek myth about a woman who sacrifices her life for her husband and then comes back from the underworld entirely mute. I knew that painting was the key to everything. At this point, I know what you're thinking. You are probably wondering why I was throwing my entire career and sanity away for a patient who wouldn't even look at me. Well, my own life was completely falling apart behind the scenes. I had recently discovered my wife was cheating on me. I found her hidden emails. I started stalking the man she was sleeping with, following him to his house, watching him from the shadows, completely consumed by jealousy and betrayal. My mind was breaking right alongside my patient's. Then, the impossible happened. She finally spoke. After months of grueling therapy, she opened her mouth and handed me her hidden diary. She told me a terrifying story. She claimed that a masked intruder had broken into her house weeks before the fatal night. She said this man stalked her, eventually breaking in while her husband was home. The intruder tied them both up. Then, he pointed a weapon at them and forced her husband to make a choice. The husband had to choose who would survive. Without hesitation, her husband chose to save himself. She told me that his betrayal shattered her mind completely. The intruder left them alive, but the psychological damage was done. Her husband's selfishness destroyed her reality, so she took matters into her own hands and ended his life herself. But wait, because this is not even the worst part. This is the part of the story where I have to confess something terrible. I knew her story about the masked intruder was a lie. I knew she was leaving out the most important detail. How did I know? Because I was the intruder. That man my wife was sleeping with? It was her husband. I didn't break into their house to hurt them physically. I broke in to expose him. I wanted her to see the true, cowardly nature of the man she loved. I tied them up, forced him to choose, and watched as he threw his wife under the bus to save his own skin. I walked away thinking I had just taught him a lesson. I had absolutely no idea it would completely break her psyche and push her to commit an unthinkable crime. When she finally spoke to me in that hospital room, she wasn't just confessing. She was letting me know that she remembered my eyes. She recognized me. She wrote it all down in her secret diary. I panicked. I had to silence her permanently before she could show the diary to the authorities. I snuck into her room and administered a lethal, irreversible dose of medication that put her in a permanent coma. I thought I was safe. I thought I had buried my secret forever. But I didn't realize she had hidden the final pages of her diary behind a loose panel in her room. The police found it. And now, they are walking through the hospital doors to arrest me. Can you guess which book this is? Drop your guess in the comments below. Here is your hint. This story is known for having one of the most jaw-dropping psychological twists in modern fiction, and the title refers to a patient who refuses to say a single word. Drop your guess in the comments, and if you want the reveal plus another incredible book told like a Reddit confession, make sure to subscribe.